Good morning, basta tayo ng Bible guys. Schedule natin ngayon ay June 27, Job chapter 8, 9, and 10, and Acts chapter 8 verse 26 to 40. Dito muna tayo sa Acts 26 to 40. Basta Philip and the Ethiopian. Now an angel of the Lord said to Philip, "Go south to the road, the desert road, that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza." So he started out and on. Sabi na sa inyo guys yung Bible, doon lang talaga sa Jerusalem lang, ganun. Tayo, hindi talaga tayo kasali dito. Malayo kasi kami. Hindi ko alam kung nung panahon nila is anong itsura ng aming bansa. Pero syempre existent. Ano na kami, nandyan na kami yan. Kasi, di ba syempre gawa ni Father God buong earth. Pero sila lang kasi lagi natatalakay sa Bible. Ulitin natin, verse 26. Now an angel of the Lord said to Philip, "Go south to the road, the desert road, that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza." So he started out, and on his way he met an Ethiopian eunuch, an important official in charge of all the treasury of Candace, queen of the Ethiopians. Candace. Candace. Paano nyo yan? Candace or Candace? Bahala na kayo. Basta basahin nyo rin yung Bible nyo guys. Queen of the Ethiopians. This man had gone to Jerusalem to worship, and on his way home was sitting in his chariot reading the book of Isaiah the prophet. Oh, so nagbabasa na sila ng Bible nung araw. Tapos itong book ng Acts, wala pa siya kasi ang binabasa pa nila is Old Testament pa siya. The Spirit told Philip, "Go to the chariot and stay near it." Then Philip ran up the chariot and heard the man reading Isaiah the prophet. "Do you understand what you are reading?" Philip asked. How can I? He said. "Unless someone explains it to me." So he invited Philip to come up and sit with him. The eunuch was reading the passage of scripture. He was led like a sheep to the slaughter, and as a lamb before the shearer is silent, so he did not open his mouth. In his humiliation, he was deprived of justice. Who can speak of his descendants? For his life was taken from the earth. The eunuch asked Philip, "Tell me, please, who is the prophet talking about? Himself or someone else?" Then Philip began with that very passage of scripture and told him the good news about Jesus. Oh, so ibig sabihin, inaano nila si Jesus doon sa parang ano ng prophet Isaiah. Ganon. As they traveled along the road, they came to some water, and the eunuch said, "Look, here is water. Why shouldn't I be baptized?" And he gave orders to stop the chariot. Then both Philip and the eunuch went down into the water, and Philip baptized him. And Philip baptized him. So, dito na tayo sa verse 39 guys. When they came up out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord suddenly took Philip away, and the eunuch did not see him again, but went on his way rejoicing. Philip, however, appeared at Azotus, and traveled about preaching the gospel in all the towns until he reached Caesarea. Caesarea. Until he reached Caesarea. So, dito na tayo sa Job. Alam niyo guys, mangkaso ko toothbrush. Yung bagong binili kong toothbrush. Lagyan ko rin ito ng tanda kasi baka mamaya may pipiliin ako dito. So, di na tayo sa Job chapter 8 natin. Hala, 3 chapter. Alam niyo guys, yung Bible, kaya siya humahaba. Ang dami niyang footnotes, ang dami niyang explain, katulad nito, few people in history have experienced the kind of tragedy that crushed Job. Pero hindi na natin yan babasahin. Para umiksi lang oras natin. Okay, dito tayo sa Job. Basa. Bildad. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, "How long will you say such things? Your words are a blustering wind. Does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right?" Wait lang guys. Nasaan pa yung ano ko? Ulit. Chapter 8 ng Job. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, "How long will you say such things? Your words are blustering wind. Does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right? When your children sinned against him, he gave them over to the penalty of their sin. But if you will look to God and plead with the Almighty, if ye are pure and upright, even now, pure means holy or white, like that, right? If you are pure and upright, even now he will rouse himself on your behalf and restore you to your rightful place. Your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. Ask the former generations and find out what their fathers learned. For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Will they not instruct you and tell you? Will they not bring forth words from their understanding? Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh? Anong marsh? May hahanapin nga pala ako. Kahapon din mayroon din yung Vicar. So, ito naman, Mars. Patingin nga. Nandito na rin lang tayo eh. Kasi kahapon nakalimutan ko rin hanapin. Alam niyo guys, pag mayroon kayong hindi maintindihan, Google katapat. Vicar. Yung kahapon ha, kasi hindi ko siya nakita. Wala naman ah. Try lang. Oo, energetic siya. Vicar is energetic. Tapos, Mars. Wala rin. Oh, ito, try natin. Global leader naman to, iba naman to. Ulit. Wala talaga. So, hindi ko mahanap yung meaning ng Mars, guys. Nakalagay kasi dito. Sa verse 11 yun ha. Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh? M-A-R-S-H. Can reeds dry without water? So, ibig sabihin, hindi lahat na nakasulat sa Google hindi lahat ng is na Google natin. Ano? Hindi ko mahanap yung Mars eh. Can papyrus grow tall where there is no Mars? Can reeds thrive without water? While still growing in and cut, they wither more quickly than grass. Such in the destiny of all who forget God, so perishes the hope of the godless. What he trusts in is fragile. What he relies on is a spider's web. He leans on his web, but it gives way. He clings to it, but it does not hold. He is like a well-watered plant in the sunshine, spreading its shoots over the garden. It entwines its roots around a pile of rocks and looks for a place among the stories. But when it is turned from its spot, that place disowns it and says, I never saw you. Surely its life withers away, and from the soil other plants grow. Surely God does not reject a blameless man. Sa verse 20 yan guys. Or strengthen the hands of evildoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughter, and your lips with shouts of joy. Your enemies will be clothed in shame, and the tents of the wicked will be no more. Pwede bang wala na tayong enemies? Lahat, na lang, magkakaibigan, di ba? Ba't may enemies pa talaga? Sa chapter 9, Job replied, meron din tayo nito sa, yung binasa natin kahapon, wait. Meron din ako nabasang Job replied. Sa chapter 6 guys. Ganon din, ang headings niya is Job replied. Sagutan nga nila to, yung mga ayun. Sa chapter 9, Job replied, Indeed I know, inom ulit ako tubig, para may umano sa, ano ba kinain ko? Pagkagising natin, tubig lang tayo ng tubig. Tapos maya busog na naman tayo sa tubig. Job replied, Indeed, I know that this is true, but how can a mortal be righteous before God? Though one wished to dispute with him, he could not answer him one time out of 1,000. His wisdom is profound, his power is vast, who has resisted him? Ang gusto ko talagang table guys, yung ganyan lang Para label lang siya sa mata, hindi yung nakayuko ako ganun. Kaya lang pag hinahawakan ko naman kasing ganito, nangangalay na yung kamay ko. His wisdom is profound. Wala kasi ako makita. Ang tagal ko na naghahanap ng mataas-taas na lagayan. His wisdom is profound. Ay, mali. Balikan natin yung verse 3. Though one wished to dispute with him, he could not answer him one time out of 1,000. His wisdom is profound, his power is vast, who has resisted him and come out unscathed? Ito pa, isa, hindi ko na naman ito maintindihan. Come out unscathed. Anong unscathed? He moves mountains without their knowing it, and overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place and makes its pillars tremble. Ayoko ng earthquake, Father God. Kasi nakalagay rito guys, oh. He shakes the earth from its place and make its pillars tremble. Earthquake lang nakakapagpaganyan, di ba? So, ayoko. He speaks He speaks to the sun, and it does not shine. He seals off the light of the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens and treads. Reaction ko lang yun sa akin, ha. He alone. Sino ba may gusto ng earthquake? Siyempre wala. He alone stretches out the heavens and treads on the waves. Nag-iano si Ralph ng ano eh. Kumukontra ka agad. Basta ako guys, ayoko talaga ng earthquake kasi marami nga kasing napapahamak. Ulit-ulit sa verse 5 ng chapter 9. He moves mountains without their knowing it and overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place and makes its pillars tremble. He speaks to the sun and it does not shine. He seals off the light of the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens and treads on the waves of the sea. He is the maker of the Bear and Orion, the Pleiades, and the constellations of the south. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. When he passes me, I cannot see him. When he goes by, I cannot perceive him. If he snatches away, alam mo pag si Jacob magsasalita, gustong gusto ko. Ayan o. Yung mga ano niya. When he passes me, pero aywan ko kung paano to nakakausap ng writer ng book. When he passes me, I cannot see him. When he goes by, basta ako guys, nagre-reaction lang ako dito ha. When he passes me, I cannot see him. When he goes by, I cannot perceive him. If he snatches away, who can stop him? Who can say to him, what are you doing? God does not restrain his anger. Even the cohorts of Rahab cowered at his feet. How then can I dispute with him? How can I find words to argue with him? Though I were innocent, I could not answer him. I could only plead with my judge for mercy. Even if I summoned him and he responded, I do not believe he would give me a hearing. He would crush me with a storm and multiply my wounds for no reason. Kasi nga si Satan ang nag-ano sa'yo, ang nag-trial sa'yo, hindi naman si Father God. Diba guys, naalala nyo yung ano ni Satan dito? Diba sinusubukan nga niya? And multiply my wounds for no reason. He would not let me regain my breath, but would overwhelm me with misery. If it is a matter of strength, he is mighty, and if it is a matter of justice, who will summon him? Even if I were innocent, my mouth would condemn me. If I were blameless, I would pronounce me guilty. Sa verse 21 ng chapter 9. Although I am blameless, I have no concern for myself. I despise my own life. It is all the same. That is why I say, he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When a scourge brings sudden death, alam nyo guys, mas maganda pa yung yung sudden death kaysa, alam mo yun, yung magtiis ka ng sakit. Naaawa din ako sa mga nagkakasakit. So, prayers lang talaga para gumaling kayo. He destroys both the blameless and the wicked when his scourge brings sudden death. He mocks the despair of the innocent. Hindi kasi kaysa magtiis sa yung sakit ba? Pero I don't like death. Ayoko talaga ng death. Di ba yung pag magparosa si Father God dito, puro kamatayan. Ba't kaya ganun guys, no? Ako magtatanong lang ako sa mga expert. Bakit po ganun? Kung talagang si Father God is maawain sa atin, bakit kunting kasalanan lang, ang parusa niya is kamatayan. Diba? Parang so unfair. Sa bagay nung araw naman to eh. Sa generation naman natin ngayon is wag na niyang gawin. Ulit. Sa verse 23, when a scourge brings sudden death, he mocks the despair of the innocent. When a land falls into the hands of the wicked. Basta ako guys, nagko-comments at nagre-reaction lang ako sa binabasa ko. Kasi yung Bible, ano kasi ito eh, marami kang magiging reaction, marami yung mga hindi mo maintindihan, i-ano mo sa mga expert. Kasi tayo nag-aaral lang naman tayo dito eh, nagbabasa lang tayo. When a scourge brings sudden death, he mocks the despair of the innocent. When a land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds its judges. If it is not he, then who is it? Alam niyo kasi itong Bible, napakatagal na nito, pero until now, sa generation natin, ito pa rin yung guide natin. So, parang, pero hindi lahat-lahat, hindi lahat pare-pareho ng religion. Sorry, speak lang tayo. Kahit ako dito, lang din ako, iniintindi ko lang din ang husto. Sa verse 24, when a land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds its judges. If it is not he, then who is it? Sa verse 25, my days are sweeter. Ayan na, pumipiyok na tayo. Inom na tayo ng tubig. Hindi na ako makaalis-alis sa verse 24 ng chapter 9. When a land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds its judges. If it is not he, then who is it? My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus, like eagles swooping down on their prey. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile. Oh, nakakabata ang smile. Mag-smile ka na lang. I still dread all my sufferings. Kasi talaga guys, hindi mo masisi si Jacob eh. Ay, si Job eh. Sobrang na kasi siya. Ang dami na niya kasing binigay ni Satan na trial sa kanya. Balik tayo sa 25 ha. My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus, like eagles swooping down on their prey. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile. I still dread all my sufferings, for I know you will not hold me innocent. Since I am already found guilty, why should I struggle in vain? Even if I washed myself with soap, and my hands with washing soda, you would plunge me into a slime pit, so that even my clothes would detest me. He is not a man like me that I might answer him, that we might confront each other in court. If only there were someone to arbitrate between us, to lay his hand upon us both, someone to remove God's rod from me, so that his terror would frighten me no more. Job, hindi nga si God ang nag-ano sa'yo, yung Satan nga. Kasi inano kay Father God na susubukan ka kung hanggang saan yung faith mo. Then I would speak up without fear of him, but as it now stands with me, I cannot. Sa chapter 10 na tayo. I know hanggang Turn 9 lang tayo, diba? Ay, no, hanggang 10 pala. Muntik na. I lost my... Sumusuko na sa lapsa pagbabasa. I lost my very life, therefore I will give free rein to my complaint and speak out in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me, but tell me what charges you have against me. Does it please you to oppress me, to spurn the work of your hands, while you smile in the schemes of the wicked? Do you have eye of flesh? Do you say as a mortal sees? Are your days like those of immortal, or your years like those of a man, that you must search out my faults and probe after my sin? Do you know that I am not guilty, and that no one can rescue me from your hand? Your hands shaped me and made me. Will you now turn and destroy me? Remember that you molded me like clay. Will you now turn me to dust again? Oo nga naman. Ito gawin natin description. Pero alam nyo guys, sa dati nung panahon ni Father God, nagmula nga sa clay, diba? Minold niya si Adam. Pero sa panahon natin ngayon, we have a father and a mother para gawin tayong tao. Remember that you molded me like clay. Will you now turn me to dust again? Hindi, inaano ko lang yung yung nung araw kasi si Adam and Eve, gawa ni Father God. So tayo naman ngayon sa generation natin, binuo tayo ng ating mga magulang. So alam mo yun, yung sperm cell ng mga magulang natin nagtatapos. So nagiging tao tayo. Remember that you molded me like clay. Will you now turn me to dust again? Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? Clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews. You gave me life and showed me kindness, and in your providence watched over my spirit. But this is what you concealed in your heart, and I know that this was in your mind. If I sinned, you would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. If I am guilty, woe to me. Even if I am innocent, I cannot lift my head. For I am full of shame and drawn in my affliction. If I hold my head high, you stalk me like a lion, and again display your awesome power against me. You bring new witnesses against me and increase your anger toward me. Your forces come against me, wave upon wave. Why then did you bring me out of the womb? I wish I had died before an eye saw me. Ayun. Pero masarap mabuhay. Si Job talaga. Nakalagay kasi sa verse 18. Why did you bring me out of the womb? I wish I had died before any eye saw me. So parang doon pa lang sa womb ng nanay niya, gusto na niyang, ayaw na niya mabuhay. If only I had never come into being, or had been carried straight from the womb to the grave. Are not my few days almost over? Alam niyo guys, bakit nagrereklamo ito si Job ng ganito? Kasi nga 'di ba namatayan siya ng anak. Tapos ang dami pa niyang sakit. Parang hindi na niya kaya. So kaya nasasabi niya 'to. Pero 'di ba sa umpisa pa nga lang, hindi naman si Father God ang nagbigay sa kanya ng ganyan trials, kundi si Satan. Kasi nga tinitest yung kanyang pero bakit ganun, no? Nakakausap ni Satan si Father God. Minsan conflict din masyado yung binabasa natin eh. If only I had never came into being or had been carried. Tsaka yung writer dito, paano nila nalalaman na nagkakausap si Satan at si Father God? Yun talaga minsan ay para ka nanonood sa pelikula ba? Parang ganun ang nasa isip ko dito sa sa Bible na mayroong director, mayroong writer, tapos yung itong mga character, sila Job, tsaka ano, para mga actor and actresses. Yung ganun. Reaction lang ulit yun sa akin. Or had been carried straight from the womb to the grave. Sa verse 20 na tayo. Are not my few days almost over? Turn away from me so I can have a moment's joy before I go to the place of no return. Ang ibig niyang sabihin dito sa place of no return, yun yung, syempre yung libingan, guys. Alam mo, babalik ka pa sa earth pagpatay. Umangal yung tiyan ko. Sabi siguro ito sarap, reaction na reaction. Before I go to the place of no return, to the land of gloom and deep shadow, to the land of the deepest night, of deep shadow and disorder, where even the light is like darkness. So hanggang dyan na siya. Bye everyone. God bless.